Are you ready now? You truly ready?
Ain't enough forever, man, you know that's love stuff. They provide for each other even in a bad state of mind, and there isn't much of the kind, yeah. You know that she is worth me, mess with them, you'll have to find me, sting you like a bee, young child.
As you guys can tell, I'm not a morning person, and it's still here.
I am a morning person. Rise and shine, baby. Bro, you petty.
I was like, get Chino!
I like it.
New nickname.
New nickname for A. Chino.
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 Nama cuy. Nama cuy.
Chewy, Chino, Chayo,
Chayo.
Chancho. Got a lot of nicknames.
Oh, there we go.
Once this baby wakes up, sun comes out. When she don't wake up, it's cloudy and I'm sad. So I need to see these beautiful eyes. Today,
It's a beautiful day.
Today's our 9-month anniversary, guys. You guys know.
9 months.
9 months of extreme, happy, joyful,
You
and
guys.
rough love.
Yep, rough love. You guys only seen the love part, you know, but this love has a story and it's been through a lot, and we want to share that little by little, and hopefully in this video we can open up a little bit more about what we went through and what brought our love even closer and even stronger, and inspire you guys, you know, to chase love as hard as it is to chase love and follow your heart and
never give up.
And never give up on the one that you truly, truly love. You may not acknowledge it in the moment, but once shit happens, you're like, I love that person, you know, and I don't know what I would do without him. I don't know what I would do without her. I don't know if I could live. So, yeah, cheers to 9 months. And enjoy the rest of this video.
God bless.
Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new.
Hit the notification post button so you can see all our videos coming soon too.
And join the A&I Tribe. We're getting stronger every day, every minute, every second.
And we love you.
We love you. Let's go.
A&I.
Enjoy this rest of this video. Sorry guys, it's just a lot. It's a big story, a big part in our lives, and this is our truth, and hopefully family out there who watches this videos will understand us more, but if not, it's fine. We respect you guys and we love you guys, but this is our truth, what happened in our relationship. He asked me out on September 14th, which was my birthday, and today is June 14th, so we complete 9 months today altogether. And last year, December, something happened in our lives that just tore us apart, but now looking back, it's a blessing.
Well, when December hit, I was all over the place. My wife, she's like, "Bebe, I can feel that you're here physically, but mentally and with your heart, you're somewhere else." I was trying to please my family from my dad's side and my family from my mom's side. So I was trying to please all the families at the same time. I was trying to please my girlfriend, like work together. And you can't do that. You have to be either one place at all times. Your mind, your heart, and your body has to be at all times, or else you can't work like that. And that's what was happening. And that was the biggest lesson God taught me. You know, you can't be you can't be separated like that. You have to be as a whole.
It sucks that sometimes you have to go through the darkest times in your life to figure out these things, but at the same time, that's what life is, you know? You live and you learn, you make mistakes, you fix them, and you become a better person. And so at that time, we were in school, it was December, he chose to leave, you know? He chose to leave without even telling me where he was going or what he was planning to do, and it was just, if you guys could put yourself in my shoes, it was the hardest time in my life for someone that you love just to disappear. Honestly, just disappear. And during that time though, I was open with him. I told him, you know, I feel like what he just said, I feel like you're here with me physically, but your mind and your heart are somewhere else. Like, where are they, you know? And that's where communication in a relationship comes in. And it sucks that we had to go through this to perfect our communication, but he wasn't communicating with me, you know, all the way in that time. And so it led him to leave. And during that time, I was just trying to find him, trying to find my love. Like, where is he? Where'd he go? You know, I would call him, text him. He wouldn't answer. He only sent me one long text saying that, hey, I'm planning to leave. I wish you the best. I want the best for you. And, you know, I just need time to find myself. And I was like, okay, I respect that. But we're still in a relationship, so what do we do? Where do we go from here? I want to be there for you. I want to go through this with you. But in his head, he wanted to go through it alone, and that's just the person he is and that he's always been. He wanted to go through it alone. So where did you go?
So first thing, I went right away. I freaked out. I went to the closest family member that I always had for the longest time, is my sister. She lives in Mexico, so I flew to Mexico. And then I told her to not tell nobody, you know, like it was just me and her, the secret, because we were like that. We were raised with a strong bondage like that was the first place that I could go to, you know. And it sucked, and I put her through a lot too, and it sucked now looking back, because you see, like, I was hurting at the same time. I didn't want to leave her like that either. And you guys might be like, then why you left? But it was because of that. I was all over the place. So at that time, I went to go where my heart was, you see? My heart was, like, for those family, because I was like, what if they're not producing that? So my heart was there, you know? And my mind was with my other family, because I was always, like, my mind, like, oh, what are they going to think of me, of this and that and that? So, see, and my body was just physically here, but my body was trying to be with my wife and my heart, too. So it was, like, pulling this, and then they were pulling that way. So that's what I'm saying, like, so I had to go through all that.
So he went to Mexico. He went to Mexico. He was there for a while. Then he flew back to Medford with his dad's side of the family. And still during that time, I didn't know where he was. I didn't know what was going on. I was trying to contact his family, trying to find out something. Even to know where he was, that would have meant the world to me. But like he said, he wanted to keep it a secret, and that's fine, you know, like, during that time, I didn't understand it. I knew someone knew. Where he was, but
it was me too. I was trying to, like, just tell. I talked with him, you know, and I went more in detail, like what happened, you know.
Yeah,
that's where the smallest details will come in, because there is a lot of small details that we can stay. We don't, you know, like, we would want to do it, but we'd rather do it in a book, because it takes days and days and days.
So big picture happened. He flew back to Medford with his family, with his dad's side. He was there trying to still find himself. No one would tell me. I would try to contact them. No one would tell me, and it's okay. I don't blame any of you watching this video right now. I don't blame any of you. At the end of the day, I still have love for you guys in my heart. If it's not reciprocated, that's fine. But much love on my end. And, you know, thank you for doing what you guys did for him, giving motivation talks. Thank you for being there for him when I wasn't. Thank you for everything. Truly mean that from the bottom of my heart.
And same goes to all, like I say, all my family was actually supporting me, you know. Because it was new for them too. They didn't understand it. I didn't understand. Nobody understand it, you know. Like, they were trying to understand me too and try to get help in the way that they could. Some got really frustrated, some give up, and it's fine. But I don't blame them either. You know, if I put myself in their shoes, probably would have, you know, like, I'm a different person.
Yeah, the hardest thing is just both of us, you know. Both of us are viewed as, like, the most perfect daughter, perfect son in the family,
And
most
we're
perfect
not.
cousin, most perfect everything, you know. And we would never we would always do good in school. We were responsible, you know, we were responsible people, responsible kids at a young age. And so that was the biggest thing that our family didn't understand, you know, like this big thing that we went through was like, what the heck?
Well, they view me as, like I said, I did so good in school. I graduated with 4.0 valedictorian. So people view me as that, and I always told them no, like just because of that, I'm not the smartest kid. I just work hard. I put in the work. That's how I achieve my thing. I'm not the smartest. I never thought I was the smartest.
And I always said it too. Like my teachers would always tell me, you know, you're so smart. You're really smart. You're the smartest kid. And I was like, I'm not smart. In my head, in my heart, there's people out there smarter than me. What makes me smart is being dedicated in life. And that was my motto, you know. But all of this, his family didn't really understand. I didn't understand. My family didn't understand why he was going through it, but he went through it. He was in Medford. From there, we got in touch again one day when he came back to the school. We talked it out. We were like, what are you going to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to continue this relationship? I still wanted to be there for him. And that conversation that we had, I went in with an open mind, open heart. I still wanted to be there for him. I still wanted this, but I wanted to respect what he wanted at the end of the day. And for him, he still wanted it too, but he was still lost. He was still lost in what he was going to do. And I just tried to be there for him as much as I could. From there, we decided to continue the relationship. So he went back to his house in Medford.
You know, like that's the thing. And I went back home with my dad and stuff. And shout out to my dad too, though. He told me, you gotta go straighten out things with Isabel, you know. So I gave him that. And so I went. But he told me, like, first do school, you know, do school. And I agree with people too, you know, they always want the best, especially your family, they think that's the best for you, you know, do school and career and this and that. But like I'm telling you, I found my passion. I found a new dream. I found something that I was actually really excited for. So I'm gonna go fight for that. And then when we had our talk, we decided that we were gonna keep moving forward. And that's where like family comes in, you know. Family didn't agree with what my new dream was, what my new passion was. So they kind of like wanted me to do a certain way, and that's when I kind of rebelled up. I was like, I don't want to do it that way. From there, like,
where'd you go?
I went again back to a lot of things happened, you know, like I went downhill again, you know, like depressed, because now I was again kind of splitting the whole thing again, you know. Your head's going family in your one side, you know, but your heart is in another side, and then you kind of like trying to balance the whole thing. So I kind of depressed again, and at one point I went all downhill. Like I didn't even see the purpose of life no more. I didn't want to live because I wanted to be with my true love, but at the same time I kind of like wanted to still keep my family happy, you know, and stuff like that. And that's what it sucks. You can't be doing that because it pulls you apart. It literally, you know, like I don't know if nobody ever could understand me, but it truly sucks, guys, from the bottom of my heart. You know, some people might be like, oh, he's weak, this and that. It's not that I'm weak. It's just like maybe you never been through this, but it's just pulling you apart. I try to like commit suicide. That's how downhill I went. I didn't see no point, because I was like, what kind of life I'm gonna live? You know, I lost it all, and I went through like try to go to counselors. They sent me appointment with counselors, try to this and that, but at the end of the day, not even a counselor can understand, you know. It's just a person that to hear you out, and then maybe try to give you the best advice that they see, a point of view that they see. But at the end of the day, it's you. It's you that starts from you, that understands you and will help you, you know. And for me, I didn't want to live like that anymore, because I was away from my true love. That's what was killing me. I'm gonna be honest, straight up. I was far away from my true love that I found, and it just sucked. It was the worst thing, and that's why I say, if I can't be with my life, what's the point of life? Like, I don't even want to live anymore.
And on my end, while he was like going through all of that, it sucked for me too. I was 8 weeks away from winter term of school, and that week when he left, I broke down, you know. I had called my mom. I was like, hey, you know, this happened. And she's like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to come back home? Do you want to just quit now? Do you want to quit school? And I was like, I don't want to quit, you know, but this is too much. I can't, you know. I feel like I'm not here now, you know. I feel like my mind is not in class anymore, and like I can't. So I took almost a week off of school, came back home to Salem, and then try to regather myself. And it did help a lot being here with my nephews, nieces, sisters, my mom. But then I went back to to Klamath to go back to school, and you know, all the advice that I would get from friends, family was like, just finish, you know, just finish this term. 8 weeks. 8 weeks. What is 8 weeks? And for them, yeah, what is 8 weeks? But for me in the moment, it was like eternity, you know? It felt like hell. It felt like shit. I was going through shit, and I still pushed. I still made it through. And, you know, thanks to my counselor too. If she watches this video, shout out to her. You know, she was there for me to hear me out too. And so I pushed, I made it. And then there's nothing there for me anymore in this little town of Klamath. There's nothing here for me anymore. So I chose to, you know, come back to Salem, found a new school. And during that time though, still, like, my heart wasn't all there. Like, I was still determined to continue life. Life goes on at the end of the day with who wants to be in your life or who doesn't. So I was in that mindset, but my heart was broken. I had started a new school, first week of it, honestly, like first 3 days. The third day I walked through campus, and I don't know, I just got this like voice in my head, or this message in my head that was like, Isabel, you have it all. You have school, you have your family, everything you've always wanted. You're close to your family and continuing school, but why don't you feel complete? You know, why don't you feel that? And that was me trying to trick myself the whole time, that I was trying to make myself believe that I could live without him, when in reality my heart knew that I couldn't. And that's where I was fighting myself too, because my head wanted to bring me over here that, hey, just move on, you know, there's plenty of fish in the sea. But my heart was always with him since day one.
By that time, after that, I was counselors. I even got, when I tried to commit suicide, I even got sent to a place where like they'll watch you to see you're not gonna harm yourself again, you know? Like I said, I had it all too, don't get me wrong, I had it all. But when people say I had it all, it's like material stuff, you know? What's everything all and this and that when you don't have satisfaction in your heart? You're living a lie, pretty much. Went to Mexico, and then from Mexico, I came to Oklahoma City. Because that's where my mom and my grandma were gonna come up here to visit aunts and family and stuff. So I tag along with them, and I was making little smooth steps to move back closer to my true love, you know. So I was there, but that's as far as I could make it, because I was, just think about it, at this point I was still in really depression mode. This is how I see it. God was moving me from place to place. He wasn't even me all there. At this point it was just God, because I didn't want to live no more, guys. It was that bad. Depression was really bad.
So from there, like, I even called him twice. The first conversation, I told him straight up, you know, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't prolong this hurt in myself. So if you really want to continue this, I've tried so hard already. So if you really want to continue this, it's your time. If you want this, it's your time to come find me now. And I told him that straight up. But that conversation we had, it was just anger in me, the suffering that I was going through. So for me, that first conversation was like, it wasn't real. It wasn't who I really was. It wasn't how I truly felt. And he said, okay, I'm gonna go try to find you. And so like, I had that in my head. I was like, okay, he's coming. A week passed, and I was like, every day I was like panicking, you know. I would look out the window every time I heard a car. I would look out the window and I was like, is it him? Is it him? Is it him? And it was never him, you know. He wasn't coming. So I contacted his sister. I asked her, you know, like, where's he at? She told me that he was in Oklahoma now, and I was like, okay, like, can you give me an address? And with an address, I'll go. She did her research. She got the address for me. Shout out to you, Lori. Gracias, muchas gracias. Yeah, from my heart.
Technically, low-key, she kind of made it happen.
Yeah, low-key, she made this happen. She made us reconnect.
That's how much she loved you too.
So, any message you want to say to her?
Lorena, nomás te quiero agradecer porque es gracias a ti. Tú pusiste, desde cuando empezó a pasar todo esto, tú me entendiste, tú me diste el apoyo que un hermano se merece. Y pues también a todos los otros familiares que también me apoyaron. Ustedes saben quién son. los de aquí, los de allá, de los dos lados, del lado de mi papá, de mi mamá, y pues la familia de Isabel también, que nos ha apoyado mucho, de todo el proceso, a todos los que nos han apoyado. Pero sí, Lori, tú sabes lo que hiciste, y como te digo, yo sé que al final de cuentas Dios también es el que estaba trabajando en todos nosotros para volver a reconectarnos. So what we're saying, guys, this is not fake, it's true, you know, like, that's why we get like this. And we're not ashamed and afraid.
So yeah, that happened, and she gave me the address. And you know, at that time, it's like, am I really gonna do this? I was straight up with my mom. I told her, you know, I feel like I have to do this. I already knew that he was trying to hurt himself a few times, commit suicide, and I told myself if he were to really do that, and I were to find out, like, I couldn't live with myself. And I would probably do the same thing, honestly, you know? And it's crazy because people don't really understand, but you do a lot for the one you love. And so I couldn't live with myself if he were to do that. And so I was like, I gotta go, Mom. I gotta go do this. And shout out to my mom too. She may not have truly understood what I was doing, but she supported me, and so shout out to her. My sisters even didn't really understand what I was doing. I wasn't really open with them what I was planning to do, but it was the biggest move in my life and the biggest blessing at the same time. So I took the trip to Oklahoma, and I'm gonna show you guys that little clip of what went down.
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes, call me aggressive with my flow, call me offensive even though. So I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love. Still gonna die for what I love. Still gonna try, I won't give up. Still gonna fight until I've won. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no. Destiny, 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 destiny. I've been through some injuries, mentally and physically. Studied them religiously so I don't repeat history. And people won't admit to me they don't want a victory. Bad enough to get a C, they'd rather just go leave it be. I know this journey I've been on since 13, working hard and learning, never stopping searching. Yeah, it's burning, all this passion hurts me. I took action working, writing down these words. No, I'm not okay, I just wanna be something. I don't wanna be nothing, living all alone. No, I'm not alright, I'm just barely getting by, but I'll tell you I'm just fine, so you leave me alone. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no. Destiny, 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 destiny,
So yeah, I took that trip.
And God is great.
And God is great. Went to go rescue the love of my life. And
The heart potion,
was reunited, you know?
love emotion was reunited. That was the biggest surprise of my life I ever gotten. She has done a lot of surprise to me. She's probably the only one that ever does surprise to me. I'm gonna be honest. And everything just seemed... It's so weird, guys. I'm gonna be honest. It's so weird because let me show you this little bit of what happened the night before there. Because it was so weird. Like one night prior to that, I was in Oklahoma and I was just laying there and I couldn't sleep, and it was so weird. I was just trying to sleep, and I couldn't sleep, and I was just like, I prayed to God. I asked God, I was like, God, is this it? And then
Boom.
I fell asleep.
I was there the next morning.
The next morning she was there and I couldn't believe it. I questioned my mom 10 times when she came into the room, and she's like, guess who's here? And I was just like, Mom, just messing around with me, or like, who's here, what are you talking about?
And it was me.
When she said her name, I was like, nah, I asked her 10 times to refer, and then she's like, let me bring her in, and boom.
And boom. So, guys, A&I Tribe, that's the story, you know, that's our truth. That's what really happened, you know, behind the scenes before we even like really set our mind on YouTube too. And that's why we kind of started YouTube, you know, because we left a life that society considers you to have and to be successful. Oh, you have to go to school, you have to graduate, you have to get a good paying job, you have to do all of this stuff. You have to. And you know, I honestly respect all of you out there going to school, continuing to go to school, because it is great. And you know, for us personally, we want to continue, but it's going to be in our time now, you know, in God's time too. And it's going to be not in the time that society wants to tell us, not in the time that family wants to tell us, not in the time that friends want to tell us, you know. And it's us. At the end of the day, it's my life, it's his life, it's our life, it's A&I Heart Potion, you know.
Don't get us wrong, we believe in school. We do. We've been doing school, we believe it, we love it, we enjoy it. But like she said, we're gonna do it in our time, when we really feel it, want, and not when everything's pressure up.
And so doing YouTube is what we really like to do. We like to connect with a lot of you guys on the other side of this screen watching right now. We like to connect with you guys, and hopefully this story kind of touched you guys to truly fight for love too at the end of the day. You know, our family, our past, it's just something new too, you know, something new in our family to fight for love. And maybe it is the same in your family too. Maybe your mom and your dad aren't together, maybe you're living with your grandparents, maybe, you know, maybe foster homes, maybe wherever you're at. But at the end of the day, don't lose hope.
And always believe in love.
Believe in love and believe in God, and
God is
fight
love.
for it, you
God
know?
is love. So if you always fight for love, God always fight for you, and He's there with you at all times. And that's the biggest lesson we have learned in our life.
And so that is the end. Hopefully you guys kind of understood what happened. I know it's a lot, but like we said, the book is coming, and I know we kind of jumped all over the place a little bit, but hopefully you guys kind of understand the gist of it, what happened, you know, and get inspired to follow love, follow your heart. And that's the end of this video.
And know that we love you all, our followers, our subscribers, our fans, our family, everyone. We don't have no hate to another.
Yeah, we don't have no hate.
And there's no harsh feeling, nothing. Whatever happened, how it happened, the way it happened, because God always makes it the way He wants to happen. And behind every little thing, there's always a lesson to learn. So looking back at the picture is a blessing.
we love you guys. We love all of the family. From my heart, I love all of his family in Medford, Mexico. I thank and appreciate all of my family for maybe not understanding me 100%, but supporting me, and it means a lot. And no harsh feelings at the end of the day. I had to go through what I went through, and God put me through it for a reason. He went through for what he had to go through, and no one may understand it, but that's our story. I understand him, he understands me, and this is A&I Heart Potion. So
I love you all. Like I said, my family, like she was saying, my family in Mexico, my family in Mexico, her family, and all our family Tribe.
A&I Tribe.
A&I Tribe.
We love you.
We love you.
To the max.
Yep. And thank you for everything. God bless you all. We love God, and here we go.
A&I out.